You are now listening to the War Report Podcast Network.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the College Loop Podcast, episode 127 of the College Loop Podcast. I am here joined today, Mr. Harrison Tarr. Tarr, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good, man. I'm glad to be here on the show, getting ready to head up to Nashville today as the show is coming out, making the trek from Macon up to Nashville to watch Auburn Vanderbilt. So we're really excited about that. Lots of Auburn athletics news coming in this week, and we're kind of in that transition period where, you know, like the beginning of Auburn basketball, or not just Auburn basketball, but college basketball. You're like, oh yeah, it is college basketball season. We're there. And we're going to talk about that a little later in the show, but really doing well. Dodgeball, and I was the Wesleyan College Dodgeball MVP today. We did win the chip. Also, shout out to Texas Rangers, first World Series in franchise history. Captured it just now as we're recording, right before the show started.
Is there any former Auburn players on that roster?
Not actively, not on that 40-man, no.
That's
pretty cool. It was a fun World Series. The Diamondbacks got blown out, but it was cool to have those two teams in it. Rangers, Diamondbacks, not your usual suspects. That was pretty fun. I've got no beef.
Yeah, beats out, another Astros appearance or
Astros, Dodgers again would have made me want to jump off a bridge. So, yeah.
Oh, I enjoy watching the Braves not make it.
Yeah, I enjoy the Dodgers not making it either. So we'll move forward from there.
Well, we're going to sit here and talk about some, we talk about like the World Series, the pinnacle of baseball. Now we're going to talk about the pinnacle of football. Auburn versus Vanderbilt.
Right.
3:00 kick on Saturday. Tar, you're going to be there in person. You're going to be one of the 2,000 people that are going to be in the stands.
Dude, let me tell you something real quick about that. Vanderbilt, I hate you for not having your stadium finished. I literally don't care about the construction. Does not bother me at all. Does not take away from the football viewing. It made these tickets to go watch Vanderbilt football cost $100 a piece. $100 a piece to go watch Vanderbilt football is highway robbery. And if you're playing Auburn, it's not like this is like some spectacular powerhouse coming through. It's just a fan base that travels well. I was blown away that I paid $90 a ticket.
That's ridiculous.
It's absurd.
I would prefer my free seat on the couch to watch that game.
Yeah, but there's also the element that you get to spend the weekend in Nashville. So.
That is true.
It's a selling point.
Very, very true. Because I know there's some people that I know at work that are also going to be going to Nashville for the weekend. They're calling out of work on Friday.
Yeah, I'm working from home from Nashville. So, yeah, that'll be good.
Not a bad place to work at.
Let's talk construction cranes. All right, and I'm not talking about the Auburn variety. I'm talking about the Vanderbilt variety that's holding up the scoreboard.
Jeez, I forgot that's happening.
Can I tweet that from the College Loop account? Just no context, College Loop, and it's just the scoreboard being hung up by construction cranes.
Is it behind the goalposts?
Yeah.
I wonder if Alex McPherson can knock the scoreboard off.
Should I take the picture with a Feelin' Loopy shirt on? With how some people do the Eiffel Tower, the Eiffel Tower picture where you can put your finger at the top and make it look like you're touching the top of the Eiffel Tower or the George Washington Monument. Should I do that with the construction crane holding up the scoreboard?
Yes. Or do it like you're the one holding up the scoreboard.
Yeah, exactly. I'm using the force.
Well, just to get into this game that is transpiring on Saturday amongst the two, what's the 2:30 kick? Is it Missouri, Georgia?
I think it is Missouri, Georgia. I think that is a CBS game. I'd have to look.
Yeah, I know it's two CBS games. I think Georgia, Missouri is 2:30, and they gave the night game to Alabama, LSU on CBS. So a lot of days of. God, does that mean Aaron Murray's gonna be calling one of those games?
Probably.
That game's gonna be on mute. He sucks at his job. Both of them that he's had. But yeah, whenever you're not watching that game, make sure you turn on the big screen to the Auburn Vanderbilt game, where we're going to have to figure out who needs to step up the most for Auburn to handle Vanderbilt. Because I don't think there's a world where Auburn loses, but also I think that's a more rare variety of a world rather than winning. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I know I said on the War Report yesterday, I think Auburn either starts off hot and keeps it that way, or Auburn finds themselves down and has to play themselves back into an ugly win. So, I'll start off with, very possible. I'll start off with you on offense. Who's the player on offense and step up for the Auburn Tigers?
I'm going layup answer. I really am. Peyton Thorne. It's got to be. I know that's the layup, but he's building off of a good performance against Mississippi State. We have covered that one kind of in depth, but a good opportunity for Peyton Thorne to kind of build off what he had last week and continue to prove that he has developed and continue to kind of come into his own, get his feet underneath him in the SEC. A lot of people saying Peyton Thorne's not an SEC quarterback, and he's got the opportunity over the next couple of weeks. It starts right here in Nashville. To prove other people wrong and all those doubters wrong, that he can handle this offense. And his offensive coordinator and head coach got to help him out there too. And no doubt that there's pieces around him. Receivers can't be dropping footballs. We saw that improvement against Mississippi State. His offensive line's got a hold. We've seen that. We saw that improving against Mississippi State. And I think that's comparable to what they're going to see this week. But he's got to make sure that he continues to progress and really be the field general of this offense. He's also got to have the keys to the kingdom. But a really big opportunity for him to say, this is my job. I'm done talking about it. This is my job. So I'm going to go Peyton Thorne, honorable mention, Jarquez Hunter. Another Jarquez Hunter week this week, like we saw last week, is going to bode really well. It's going to open up that pass game tremendously. But that's my honorable mention. Looks like I just took your spotlight player, Dylan. I'm sorry, but go ahead.
Yeah, Jarquez Hunter's mine. After a breakout performance against Mississippi State, hitting 144 yards, finally saw the Jarquez Hunter that we've been talking about and wanting to see since the beginning of the season. Really going to need to see another performance for him. Vanderbilt's not the best defense in the world, so you kind of need to find a way to exploit that. But yeah, Jarquez Hunter need about another 150-yard game from him, maybe a couple tutties on the ground, just to really show that he has gotten his head right back on his shoulders and he's ready to finish out what is a very favorable last few games on the schedule. My honorable mention is not Peyton Thorne, but it's Shane Hooks. Had a great catch against Vanderbilt and had a couple of other attempts to get the ball thrown to him. And I know people were starting to write him off, but Shane Hooks has the talent. He's proved it in the times that he's gotten a good ball thrown his way. I think if you want Peyton Thorne to show that he's going to be consistent, throw it to the guys you can trust. You can trust to catch the ball. And Shane Hooks is a guy that we've not seen that from him a lot. I think the most catches he's had in a game is like 3.
Yeah,
and that's not what you want to see from a guy who is advertised as your number one wide receiver.
Who's nicknamed Hollywood.
So don't be wasting that. You can't waste that nickname.
Another guy on that offensive side of the ball, by the way, that has a big opportunity this week, yet again, after having it last week. Connor Liu, a big opportunity for him to continue to improve and get reps. And that offensive line in general, to be completely candid, they can really, I think, generate some push coming down the stretch of this slate. And I think it's time that they prove that. So they've exceeded where Auburn was last year by miles. But also at the same time, a big opportunity to really give PT some time and some opportunities to kind of make big plays, right? And that whole offense, Connor Liu legacy game would be pretty cool.
Back-to-back freshman of the week would be pretty awesome.
That'd be pretty neat.
Yeah, freshman of the week and offensive lineman of the week.
Do it. Why not? I mean, I'm not going to be complaining. I'm not going to complain. I will complain if he's the best player on the offensive line out and by a mile and everybody else plays poorly. But if everybody plays well and he's offensive lineman of the week and freshman of the week, I'm down.
Hear me out. He plays himself in the last 5 weeks of the season into the Remington Award list.
Right. Yes, I'm sure that'll happen though. Yes.
That'd be awesome. And now to flip it on to the other side of the ball, Vanderbilt has actually been a very good passing team, and for what it's worth, it could be just because they're playing from behind a lot. So you're kind of just giving up on the run game and trying to pass the ball down the field. That's what we talked about in the War Report yesterday about that. Vanderbilt might be playing 2 quarterbacks, Ken Seals and Walter something. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. They're playing basically one guy is going to be your pass first guy in Ken Seals, and Walter Taylor is going to be your more run-oriented quarterback. So.
Where have we seen this before?
Yeah, something about this just seems so familiar.
Maybe that means that this Auburn defense is ready. I mean, they've
been practicing against us all season long.
That would add up. A big opportunity for Nehemiah to go get that interception. Go get that pick this week. Like you said, Vanderbilt moves the ball pretty well, but that secondary, I'm never going to worry about it. They may have down games. They're not going to have down seasons. They're not going to have down stretches. I'm just not pressed whatsoever there. I'm going to circle Eugene Asante this game. Go make some bread, man. Go make some money. Go put whoever's taking snaps on that specific drive, possession, down, whatever it looks like. Put them on their ass. And go make some money this week because you made money this year. Why stop now? And also just he's an impact of wherever he's at on the field. The quarterbacks have to know where he is. And that is certainly something that he can build upon. I'd like to see 3 sacks from this Auburn defense this week. So if Eugene Asante could grab one of those, that'd be great.
You're not wrong. And we're also operating on the assumption this is like a rumor that they're going to be running the 2 quarterback set. AJ Swan's still listed questionable. You might want to, you kind of have to keep in the back of your mind because AJ Swan, very underrated quarterback in my opinion.
Right.
And they also don't know if Will Shepherd, their best wide receiver, is going to be playing either. And even after Will Shepherd, Jade McGowan, that is one fast dude.
Yes, he is.
It might be the fastest dude in the SEC, but sadly he plays for Vanderbilt. So,
this year.
Yeah, this year. You're not wrong. Can't wait till he transfers to frickin' Georgia or something like that. Right. So go ahead and get ready to jump off the nearest bridge near you if that happens. But yeah, I'm looking at DJ James.
Okay.
And you brought up the fact that the secondary doesn't have bad stretches or bad seasons. I would argue that DJ James has had a pretty bad stretch.
Yeah.
A little bit. I definitely.
I mean, as a unit is what I meant.
Yeah. I got you. DJ James definitely found a way to play himself out of a first-round draft pick.
He's lost some money this year.
Yeah, he definitely did, and I think Jay Simp, we'll talk about him in a little bit, probably has flipped him in like if I were to like rank the Auburn DBs and their chances of making it to the NFL like first. Jay Simp, I think, has played himself to where he's going to be drafted over DJ James, and I wouldn't have thought that going into the season. But DJ James, you're playing against 2 underrated wide receivers who just don't get credit because they play for Vanderbilt. Will Shepherd, if he's healthy, dude's a dog. He's got 8 touchdowns on the year, and he's probably going to be, I'm trying to think, probably one of the top 5 wide receivers we've played all year is Will Shepherd, maybe even higher than that. I'm just trying to account for both LSU wide receivers.
Are you saying wide receivers or pass catchers? Because Brock Bowers is there.
I'm saying wide receivers.
Okay. Pass catchers would change things.
Yeah. Did DJ get on Bowers?
Twice, right? On 2 snaps.
Well, I wouldn't account for that, but yeah, I guess I would have to.
Cover. Oh, you mean that specifically DJ James would have covered?
Guys that he was specifically supposed to, like Malik Neighbors and.
Okay, yeah. I thought you meant as a unit having to just play prevent on. But yeah, DJ James did wind up 1-on-1. Him and DK both wound up having to do a little 1-on-1 with Brock Bowers, which RIP.
And somehow the guy who is 5'9" was able to cover Brock Bowers better than the former first-round draft pick, DJ James. And another big guy I'm going to be looking for here, and it's not because I think he's been playing poorly and needs to step up. It's because I think he's been playing awesomely, and I would love it if he got a couple more turnovers added to his resume, and that's Jaylin Simpson, because that's been my dog all year, and I'm going to rock with him. But real talk, my other guy would probably be Marcus Harris. You'd bring up getting some sacks.
There's your reoccurring name week to week, right?
Yeah, get some more sacks on your resume as well there, Marcus. Or you want to keep reoccurring names up. Jason Jones.
Right?
Please, dude. I understand. People keep telling me like I don't know ball. I understand that nose tackles are there to stop the run. But and a team that's going to pass the ball first, what's he on the line for if he's there to just stop the run?
Why put him down?
Exactly. You have Justin Rogers and Lawrence Johnson on the D line who would be more than happy to go in and pass rush. Why would Jason Jones just be there to stop the run?
You know, it would be kind of cool, like an Elijah McAllister homecoming game.
Oh,
there's a narrative. I'm starting the narrative.
Hey, don't forget Donovan Kaufman as well.
What'd you say?
Donovan Kaufman as well.
Start the narrative, damn it. We're starting.
Imagine like Ken Seals gets to start, and Elijah McAllister comes in low, DK comes in high, and just
sandwich them.
Yeah, sandwich him.
I don't love that you were just rooting for a guy to get snapped in half, but that's all right. We will continue.
Yeah, it'd be good for TV. I hope he'd get up in my world. He'd get up.
Yeah, okay.
He'd split a sack.
I'll choose to believe that.
It'd be awesome.
Let's keep talking to Auburn Vandy. And let's talk about what does a successful day look like for Auburn. And that can be one on each side of the ball. This can be kind of an overarching theme. And I'll open this one up to you first. So what does it look like for the Tigers to get out of Nashville and say that was a successful road trip?
a successful day for Auburn is going to be one where they kind of build off what they did in the first half against Mississippi State and kind of continue to show that level of progression and improvement that we have been seeing from this team. I don't want to say week to week, but from last week. Peyton Thorne making key throws in the right places. Jarquez Hunter getting the ball and running like a hoss. Rivaldo Fairweather continuing to be that safety blanket. That's O-line steadily improving as well. I mean, the successful day for Auburn is basically just continue to get better.
Yeah, I agree. And in my opinion, it's don't outplay yourself. I think that's a big part. And I'm not saying do not play to not lose. That's not the objective. Priority number one, the only way this can be successful is if you win the ball game. I mean, that's
play to win the game.
You play to win the game, you play for 4 quarters. But building on last week's play calling and understanding that, hey, it works better when you only run one guy. We can have packages for the other, but give the keys to Thorne and move forward. Also, can keep implementing tempo on the offensive side of the ball. Keep working that in and giving yourselves time to perfect that craft. If you want to win 8 games this year, like I said before, it's on the table. But I'm not telling y'all where win 8 comes from. I don't know. But if you want to win 8 games, you got to be able to implement what you want to do. And you've got to be able to run your offense. I mean, shoot, if you would have figured this out earlier, we could be talking about Auburn a whole lot differently. I'm just going to be completely honest with you. But continue to build upon your schemes, your schematics from last week on the offensive side of the ball. Defensive side of the ball, you have to have a couple turnovers. You do. That's got to be, for me to give it an A grade, it's going to have to be 2 turnovers plus, and in limiting Vanderbilt to under 15. That's right at 15. That feels like a good number. That would make some sense there. I think an ultra successful week is a boat race where you just absolutely go in and take a dump on the half-built stadium and get back on the bus and go home. You know what I mean? And don't even think twice. Leave them in the dust. Do something that Auburn did reminiscent of 2019 Arkansas. Like actually put something like that up that makes people say, oh, wow, Auburn's figured it out. I think that there's a lot of things that Auburn can do that could really bode well, not just for this week, not just in-house, but coming down the stretch. And to me, staying healthy is also like 1B, maybe 1A, but like imposing your will. Yeah, you're imposing your will and playing your game plan and being able to stick to your game plan. I think that's what that looks like. I don't put numbers on that specifically.
Yeah, and I guess another thing would just be find your identity and stick to it. If the tempo is working,
I think you found it.
Yes, but can they build on it?
Yes,
exactly. Like you found your identity, now keep it.
Yes, that looked like what we saw on Saturday against Mississippi State. That was a Hugh Freeze offense. That is what in my brain I was ready to see at Auburn. And if you can keep building on that, even if you don't have the dudes you need in those places this year, but you can keep installing that, I'm happy. And I think every Auburn fan in this world will be happy.
Yeah, that first half definitely looked like a team that could have won a couple of those games that were dropped. That's what that game looked like. And
that team in the first half, offensively, looked like a team that could have been on the other side of that scoreboard against Georgia. I mean, I'm wholeheartedly believe that, and that's going to be the game I'm going to go back to.
A&M.
Yeah, well, that too, but you factor in the road game aspect of that, whatever, yada yada yada. The game that every Auburn fan should look back on this year and say, man, if this team could have established an identity earlier in the year, you could have spoiled Georgia's season.
Oh yeah,
and then that will go down as barring something weird happening in the end of.
Come on, Missouri.
Yeah,
Missouri.
If that's not the truth. Continuing on, what else we got for our football rundown here, Dylan? I think you've got a couple of questions for me since I will not be on the pregame show and I'm traveling.
Yeah, you will not. I will be on the pregame show with Vanderbilt Hustler
sports editor.
I was about to say writer, sports editor and podcaster Andrew Wolf. For the Friday pregame show, Tarr, you will be again traveling to Vanderbilt, enjoying your nice little vacation, quote unquote, because you'll be working there as well in Nashville. Going to the better Broadway, if you will.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we talk about what a perfect day or a good day for Auburn looks like, or a successful day looks like, and we talk about who needs to play well for Auburn to handle Vanderbilt. And with all that happening around you, what do you see the final score of this game being?
34-17 Auburn. I could totally see another world where you play a second half of, all right, choke down the the playbook again, like you saw last week. And granted, we've heard the whole logic behind not getting too aggressive, not wanting to lose the ball game. Also, I know a lot of people were very happy with Hugh Freeze, and they should be. But his comments on Monday solidified that Auburn was playing not to lose in the second half. And there's an element I'm okay with that. But I think that the offense is going to look similar to what we saw, if not better, for 2 quarters of this game. I'm hoping those are the first 2 quarters. If it's the last 2, then things are going to get weird, and you're going to be trying to exhale going into the fourth quarter if you're in Auburn, Alabama, or abroad. But Tigers take care of this one, cover the spread. That's going to be fun if that can happen. Auburn beating a spread would be neat against an SEC opponent. I'd have to do the math on the last time that happened. I'd have to go back and do my research.
What was the spread versus Mississippi State?
Not covered, I don't think.
I think was it 6.5?
Was it 6.5?
I think it was 6.5.
Oh, hot damn. All right. Make it back-to-back covers. Go undefeated against the spread in back-to-back weeks. That'd be fantastic. I do not think that Auburn's going to hang 40. I just haven't seen it, man. You know what I mean? Like, I was rooting for Auburn to hang 30 last week. Just because I want to see this offense hang 30 on an SEC team. And I'm not convinced that's going to happen. So,
I mean, if Mississippi State gave the ball up a couple of times more, quicker, there might have been 40 put up in that game.
I mean, if I had the winning lottery numbers, I'd be rich. It's the same concept, right? Like, close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. But I do see Auburn winning this one, winning it convincingly, and building momentum going into a road trip to Fayetteville next week. So.
Back-to-back 3 o'clock kicks.
Joy to the world.
Setting up a 6 p.m. kick for New Mexico State.
That'll be cool, though. I like
those
night games for the Saturday before Iron Bowl.
Is CBS going to take the Michigan-Ohio State game and give us a 6 o'clock kick for the Iron Bowl?
If there is a God. They won't.
all I want. If you're telling me that I could go this year and not have to listen to Gary and Brad.
I won't have to listen to them regardless. But
yeah, you'll be there. And believe me, listening to them talk is enough for me to be like, what are games? What are the ticket prices mid-game?
Yeah.
But yeah, of course, I won't be making my predictions. I will not be making my predictions tonight. You'll hear mine on Friday morning. But I'm pretty sure if you know me well enough, I'm not going to wear these. I'm not bugging. It's not bugging.
They're retired.
They're
postponed.
They're postponed. Basketball season is here. So might be making their tremendous return to basketball season.
Triumphant return.
But they might make a sneak peek in a future installment of the pregame show.
I already know where this is going.
Yeah. But we'll see. Let's get through Vanderbilt. The next week we'll go through Arkansas. The next week we can get through New Mexico State. And then we'll see where I stand on the matter.
That's right.
Week by week. But other Auburn news. 4-star running back Jaylin Burnette, Mr. Phat Burnette himself, probably my favorite nickname that's come through the back-to-back recruiting cycles, I must say, has announced that his recruitment is still 100% open, but he remains committed to Auburn. Just saying that he's just open to options.
Okay. I got to do it. I have to do this, Dylan. This is my reminder. Stop tweeting at recruits. You fucking weirdos. Okay. I went ahead and did the pre-editing for you there, Dylan, but I meant the emphasis because people need to know. Stop. These kids are 17, 18, anywhere between 16 and 18 years old, about to make the biggest decision of their entire life. Their careers right on it. Their families are of utmost importance. What mom and dad have to say matters. Not to mention, damn it, the kid's still committed to Auburn. His commitment being 100% open. Kind of be honest with you, every kid's a little bit open until National Signing Day. I understand you're going to bring up Walker White. Sure, I get it. That's great. Love that for you. Leave him alone. If he wants to come out and say, hey, my recruitment's still open, I'm still listening and talking to other coaches, there's absolutely nothing wrong with going out and saying, hey, let me make sure this is the best decision for me. Because I promise you that if a kid commits to Auburn, comes here, and decides that he doesn't love it and transfers out, you're not going to like him then either. I promise. And I don't care about how many of you keyboard warriors are sitting there going, oh, I always tell people not to tweet at recruits. Yeah. Okay, so congrats. You play heroism. That's awesome. Does not matter. It is freaking weird. Leave him alone. I loved going through and seeing the amount of Auburn fans in Phat Burnette's mentions saying, Absolutely understood. Wishing you the best of luck. Make the best decision for you. We're excited to have you on the Plains. That is the appropriate response, folks. Sorry, that's my soapbox. Nothing pisses me off more than idiots telling 18-year-olds that they're making the worst decision in your life. Get a life.
Yeah,
And go back to your 9 to 5 that you hate.
He said it. He said it in the tweet too. He is still committed to Auburn. You can.
It would be a tremendous loss. It would absolutely be a tremendous loss to that class. But it's not life-altering for us. It is life-altering for him. Let him make his best decision.
Exactly. I completely understand. I was just reading through the comments. There's there's a lot more love than the loud mouth that love to just tweet at these kids and ultimately to say, well, you're making the wrong decision. I mean, I'm going to support his decision as long as it's Auburn, but I completely understand what he's going through. This is his decision, not yours. Yes, we all want him to come to Auburn so very badly, but if it's think about this. This is a 4-star, should be a 5-star running back, by the way. Should be a 5-star running back because Phat is a dog. And whoever gets him, hopefully Auburn, is going to be getting a dog. It's his decision. If he thinks the running back situation at Auburn doesn't benefit him in the future, he is open to make that decision.
I'll tell you this. If Phat Burnette is contemplating going elsewhere, don't think for a second, and he's saying he remains committed to Auburn, do not think for a second that kid's not rooting for Jarquez Hunter's success this year. Because right now, Jarquez Hunter does not have a career in the NFL. After the tape he's put on this year, he does not have a career in the NFL yet. Not in an early enough draft round for him to justify not coming back. His choice, I'll respect that. I whatever Jarquez decides to do, UDFA, if that's the route you want to go, whatever. Someone's going to get a great, talented running back. But right now, he doesn't have the film this year. He's shown digression until Mississippi State. Phat Burnette may be sitting there, and this is all speculation, maybe saying, man, there's not touches. It's going to be Alston, Cobb, and Hunter again next year. If Hunter decides to return. And Batee. If Hunter decides to return. I get it. Because Phat Burnette, much like what we said about Jeremiah Cobb, and we were correct about, by the way, he's too damn talented to keep him off field.
I hear you that with Phat Burnette too, but in that case, I mean, you're getting 6 very talented running backs, only like 3, 4, 5 carries a game.
Yep.
I mean, at that point, you're just wasting a year off of their career.
Right.
And if he decommits from Auburn and goes somewhere else, that speaks highly of Auburn's current running back situation. And if he comes back, I mean, that's also a giant plus. I mean, I don't want to say it's a win-win because I don't want to lose Phat Burnette, but
I don't think there's any real loss.
There's not a real loss. And yes, of course, it's going to hurt the class. Cool, fine. I'm sure Hugh Freeze has got a couple of not as good running backs that he could pick up just to fill up some room. But don't forget,
coached by the best running back coach in the country.
Yeah, exactly. And I talked about this with Ike about this earlier. Sean Jackson and Justin Jones, the walk-on, those two are still good enough to
They're ball players.
Exactly, to get some good, decent FBS looks at other colleges. I'm sure Vanderbilt would love to have a Sean Jackson. That way they have a running back one. I mean, don't forget, Auburn has, if Phat Burnette comes, Auburn's 7 deep at running back if Jarquez stays. Like, you don't have the touches to give out that much. If he decommits, I don't think it's time to hit the panic button. I think you just need to relax, let Freeze look around, and see if there's any other running backs looking around at Auburn, and then maybe go for a 2025 high-rated running back, which I think Hugh Freeze is already doing.
And I don't know, wish Phat Burnette success. I don't know. It's kind of like people that hate Quinshon Judkins, which is kind of apples to oranges. But that kid wanted to come to Auburn. I don't know what to tell you.
I only hate Quinshon Judkins because he goes to Ole Miss. That's the only reason I hate him.
I feel bad for Quinshon Judkins. Actually, I'm happy for him. I'm actually glad that his career has gone the way it has. The fact that he was like, "Hey, I really want to go here," and Brian Arson was just metaphorical double birds. Okay.
Could you imagine Tank Bigsby, Quinshon Judkins, and Jarquez Hunter in the same backfield?
Kill me. Kill me.
Next time I eat a potato, I'm gonna eat it very angrily. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna burn a baked potato. Yeah. I'm going as I went as Mr. Potato Head for Halloween to celebrate the 1 year firing of Brian Harsin.
I will say that those costumes. I don't know if you saw them. Since 2 days ago was Halloween. Someone dressed up as maybe after the show who they dressed up as. I'm sure you could probably put two and two together who it might be. But yeah,
That's really good.
Yeah, it was.
Really good.
And in other news, more positive news, comparatively, Jaylin Simpson, because Phat Burnette's still committed. Jaylin Simpson has been announced as a semifinalist for the Jim Thorpe Award, given out to the best defensive back in the country. Jaylin Simpson, I believe, and has 4 interceptions on the season, 25 tackles, got a fumble recovery, he's got 2 PBUs, and a 1.5 tackle for loss. Dude's been an absolute dog all season long.
That guy's wallet's gonna look like a dictionary. I'm so serious. He's so in his bag, man. I'm so happy for Simp, man.
Yeah, can I get that rookie deal and ones, please?
Hey Simp, don't forget the college loop when you go pro.
Hey,
we've been supporters, man.
Simp, look at me. Whenever we were predicting who was going to get the most interceptions and the most defensive touchdowns, I predicted it all the way.
He had it the whole way. Never lost faith.
No one's been more right about Auburn football this year than me.
And he's not asking for handouts, but he just wants you to know we wouldn't say no.
I'm not asking for donations to the College Loop podcast, but if you were to offer, I wouldn't say no. But I'm joking.
We would have a 5-minute segment dedicated to praising anything that you do that week. Just a sales pitch.
You have free reign to come on the show anytime you want.
Even though you already have that.
Kidding, of course. I'm kidding.
No, he already has that. He can come on the show tomorrow. I would be ecstatic.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, the invitation's always open. I'm talking about that.
Yeah. Actually, it's only
taking money.
If we get a contractual fraction of your rookie deal.
Yeah, you have to pay to come on the College Loop.
Listen, NCAA, this is a freaking joke, all right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking you being up my butt.
Looking at some of the other names on this list, I think you only got 1, 2, 3, 4, counting Jaylin Simpson, SEC defensive backs on here. One of them being Malachi Starks, the safety from Georgia. Kool-Aid McKinstry is somehow on here.
That guy's so average.
He's so average. If he wasn't wearing crimson, he would not be all that.
That's right.
His name is Kool-Aid, and he wears that stupid.
Okay, Kool-Aid's objectively awesome.
No, I'm just saying he has the Kool-Aid nickname, and he wears that stupid Braves with a mullet logo, and that's all it is. And of course, the Missouri defensive back, because Missouri's been absolutely awesome this year. Chris Abrams-Drain, and another name that I'm sure everyone's aware of is also on this list. Tar, I'm sure you could probably guess who another defensive back on this list is.
Probably not.
Oh, okay. Well, Travis Hunter.
Oh, I thought you were saying SEC.
All right, I named the 4 already.
Oh, I thought you said 5. I swear you said 5.
I said 4.
Okay, I'm gaslighting myself. Maybe I thought you meant 4 others. That's probably what I was thinking. Is you meant 4 others.
Yeah.
But yeah, Travis Hunter's winning that award. So.
Oh, I don't know. I think Jaylin Simpson has it in the bag because I think he's going to add 2 more interceptions against Vanderbilt. He's going to add.
I'm down.
Go ahead. The record's like what, 20 in a season?
Yeah, I think so.
Is it 20?
I don't know.
There's no way someone hit 20. It might be. He's going to break the record. Jaylin Simpson's going to hit the record at 20. He's going to get 16 interceptions throughout these next 4 games.
Right. Agreed. 5 games. You get the bowl game.
Speaking of Kool-Aid.
Yeah, right.
But Tar, with that, before we get to the premier sport, Tar,
yeah, there's a T-shirt that we should tell people about.
Exactly.
But before we get to said T-shirt, I want to remind everybody: score predictions time in the comments. Let's see them.
Oh, that's right.
Give us your score predictions in the comments. We'll make sure we post that up on the live stream on Sunday or the show on Tuesday, just depending on how many submissions we get. And putting Dylan to work because he's working his butt off. And we'll make sure we throw it up on the Tuesday show for whoever gets closest to the correct score of Auburn Vanderbilt. While you're down there, giving us your score predictions, your thoughts on the Auburn Vanderbilt matchup, or what we're about to talk about, the Auburn basketball scrimmage against AUM, Dylan's soon-to-be alma mater of graduate school. Make sure you like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you can stay up to date with everything going on right here at the College Loop. If you're listening on a platform that is not YouTube, then thank you. We're glad you're here. Make sure you give us 5 stars and thumbs up, whatever's the best rating you can on whatever platform makes you happy. We certainly appreciate it. You guys are awesome, and we appreciate all of your continued support throughout everything here at the College Loop. You guys are absolute rock stars. Also, if you guys want to continue to support the College Loop podcast, you can head to thewarreport.com and pick up your very own College Loop War Report Podcast Network co-branded Feelin' Loopy t-shirt. Comes in 5 different colorways. It is the most comfortable shirt you will ever own. Only $25. And if you purchase a shirt, use hashtag Feelin' Loopy when you take a selfie of yourself wearing it. I know someone who's getting us one of those selfies very, very soon. That'll go up on the next show. I'm actually going to throw it up on the live stream because I think that'd be really funny. And he'll probably pop in on the live stream, Mr. John Conley.
And we're still waiting for James Barnett.
That's right. Still waiting on James Barnett.
He's probably in the comments.
Yeah, he's probably hanging out, and that's great. Hi to James Barnett. Shout out to him for his continued support. But we'll make sure we feature you guys on the show, and thank you guys for your love and support and outpouring of goodwill to us here at the College Loop. All right, let's talk Auburn basketball. It's so back. I need you to put the word out, Dylan. Like, we're back up. Like,
Don't worry, I already did. I posted the graphic to let everybody know that we're up.
Auburn is so back up. They beat the brakes off of AUM, like 10 points short of double score, by the way. 102-66 in their exhibition, and leading scorers being Denver Jones, Chad Baker, Mazzara, Chaney Johnson, Jay Will had 11, Jones with 18, Baker, Mazzara 15, Chaney Johnson, not KD, with 14, and Jay Will with 11. No Aiden Holloway this evening, Dylan. BP said that he tweaked his ankle in the exhibition, the secret exhibition no one was supposed to know about against Furman. But he should be good to go for Baylor. Also, Janai Broom heading to the locker room, shoulder injury. Just a little pinch in his rotator cuff. He should be okay. Folks, keep in mind, like if a guy gets even a little bit banged up and looks at the coach the wrong way during an exhibition, they're going to pull them immediately because it's no reason to get silly and goofy out here and get anybody hurt. But this is encouraging, Dylan. This group is putting up the numbers from the newcomers that we were expecting to see. And I'm interested to hear your thoughts based on the box score.
Yeah, 3 out of the 4 leading scorers were all transfers. And Tar, you're gonna love to hear who was fifth on that list. Mr. Dylan Cardwell.
You're right. I'm happy.
He came out after the exit of Janai Broom, put up 9 points, 10 rebounds, 6 offensive rebounds, 4 defensive rebounds, 3 assists, and he also put up 4 steals as well. He had 2 turnovers, but it's not here nor there. But yeah, overall, great performance overall from Dylan Cardwell, who came in after the injury of Janai Broom. I don't want to say it doesn't hurt my feelings at all that the school I'm getting my master's from lost to Auburn, because Auburn will always be my first love. And Lauren. But Auburn basketball. What'd you say?
Simp, continue.
Okay, Mr. I cut my hair for my girlfriend.
I did. Also, I'd like
too.
for that to be on the record. I'm going to talk about that in a second.
I don't worry. I had to as well. You can't be looking scruffy looking on the show anymore. But yeah, Dylan Cardwell absolutely popping off. Hopefully he's showing development throughout the season and not just in this exhibition game. That would be awesome to see this kind of Dylan Cardwell throughout the remainder of his time here at Auburn.
Yeah,
no matter how long that may be.
I'm rooting for the success of anyone that can help contribute to Auburn. Like, I mean, I know that a lot of people, if you guys were hanging around and you guys are one of the original listeners of the show, you'll know that I'm extremely critical of Dylan Cardwell, and I will continue to be so.
Is that what we're calling it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, extremely critical. I don't listen. I'm not a genuine like hater of any individual human. I am a not enjoyer of people that don't play fundamental basketball. It annoys me. But if Dylan Cardwell can put in minutes like this, man, I'm going to be the biggest supporter in the world. I promise you, I'm rooting for success. All I want him to do is surprise me. That is all I want in this world, because I love Auburn basketball. But it's good to see him put up a performance like this. Also, notes from Colin Beiersdorf that he sent in our group chat saying the 3-point shooting still looked bad, but it's also just one game. That's something else I want to talk about. So, like, we were really excited. This team was going to play some 3 and D and like B3 level scores. It's got to be better than 20%. It's got to be better than 5 of 25. Granted, it's the first time putting the ball on the floor in front of an actual sold out arena. There's a lot of elements to that, right? Like a lot of moving parts, but you want to see more from that. The big encouragement, like you mentioned, Dylan, is, three of your top four scorers being newcomers: Denver Jones, Chad Baker-Mazara, and Chaney Johnson. Denver Jones looking like he's going to be as advertised. Chad Baker-Mazara also being one of the guys that we were all kind of discussing. This guy could be someone that kind of flew under the radar and transferred to Auburn. And everyone's like, oh, that's pretty cool. But he could be one of those guys that can be a big-time impact player. And Colin Beiersdorf has been publicly very high on Chaney Johnson about his skill set and what he brings to the floor. So very encouraging night from Auburn, especially when you shoot 5 of 25 from three-point land and still wind up beating your opponent by, almost 60. That's solid. So that's cool. Also, I realized I can't do math earlier. It's definitely not almost a double score, but we move. We move.
I was wondering when you were going to get there.
I just listen, guys. Like, I'm at a green journalism, not in aerospace engineering or basic mathematics for that matter. I thought math was so fun in college. I took it twice.
And I will talk about the fact that we talked about the starting 5, and we talked about this a little bit amongst ourselves. Trey Donaldson started at the 1 because Aiden Holloway could not play. Denver Jones is the 2, and of course he put up 18.
And then, if we all expected,
and starting at the 3, Chris Moore, Mr. Semo himself, who even played for 22 minutes in this game.
I'm telling you, Chris Moore can be productive out of the 3. I don't think so out of the 4, but I think he can be really productive out of the 3.
Yeah. And at the 4, Chaney Johnson. And then, of course, at the stretch 5 position, Mr. Janai Broom. And I will say about Trey Donaldson, didn't shoot very well tonight, only put up 4 points. But alongside that, got 2 rebounds, got 8 assists, and 3 steals. So
I think that's your upside with Trey Donaldson, too.
Yeah.
He is a facilitator. When he doesn't have the scoring going, he still contributes in other areas of on the floor, whether that be on the offensive side of the ball, dishing out assists, manning the pick and roll at an effective rate, especially those top of the key handoffs that Bruce Pro loves to run. And physical, not physical, but I guess, physical, but man on defense, a strong defensive presence on the other side of the floor. I think you can get a lot out of him, not just on the scoring perspective. So really, really good night for Auburn basketball last night as this show's coming out tonight as we're recording it. Anything else you wanted to add there, Dylan?
I would say defensively, brought Dylan Cardwell and his 4 steals, Trey Donaldson and his 3, Jay Will got himself 2 and 4 blocks by Jay Will. And of course, Mr. Psycho himself, our lovable, insane, psychotic individual.
But he's a true intellect and a philosopher per Bruce Pro.
He is a man who thinks.
A deep thinker.
He is a deep thinker in his own way. And Katie Johnson got himself 4 steals and did not miss a free throw. I will say Dylan Cardwell, 5 for 6 at the free throw line. I think Auburn shot 72 from the free throw line. Chad Baker-Mazara, 9 for 9. Denver Jones, 4 for 4. Nice little Wendy's ad right there.
The po.
The only person who really shot bad from the free throw line was Chaney Johnson, but he put up 14, so I'm not gonna complain too much about that. But he did shoot 2 for 7.
We can make it work.
We can make it work as long if you're missing free throws, but you're making other shots. I'm okay with that.
I'm not, but we'll get there.
Well, two's from my simple math calculation, 2 is more than 1. So
you're statistically that's correct. I don't know much math, but I know that one.
I know if you're making 6 field goals in basketball and you're only making 2 free throws, that 6 field goals affects your score more than the 2.
Like I said, mathematically correct. You're just right there, Dylan, and I can't dispute that.
But I do need to see better 3-point shooting.
Now don't ask me to give you the point differential because then I have to do math. But
that looks like that would be not 34, 36. 36.1. Sure. There you go.
Sure.
Okay. But also, needed a lot more better 3-point shooting all around the place. I understand it's one game. But hear me out. Let's make some shots on the arc.
Right. Well, as we move forward, that's all the Auburn athletics preview / post game wrap up, whatever you want to call it. We've got between Auburn football and Auburn basketball. We do have a little bit of news coming out of the Auburn SEC Women's soccer tournament, Auburn did lose in the second round of the SEC tournament 4-0 to number 10 Arkansas, and they will wait to see if they make the NCAA tournament. I'll go
I
ahead
think
and
they
go.
were ranked 71st
Yeah,
in the RPI.
I think
So
that they are going to fall out of the NCAA tournament. And then Auburn Volleyball will take on Texas A&M on Sunday at 3 p.m. in College Station. If you are on the plains of Auburn, Alabama this weekend, if you're a resident or if you're just going to hang out, that's awesome. You've got options. I know that Saturday football does play at Vanderbilt, obviously, at 3 p.m., but baseball's got a fall exhibition over at Plainsman Park. No, they don't. Just kidding. You have to watch that online. You literally can't watch anything except for tennis this weekend. Let me try that again. If you want to go check out Auburn Women's Tennis over at the Tennis Center, that is on Saturday and Sunday, I believe. That actually may roll from Friday, Saturday to Sunday. It absolutely does. Hello. And that might be, oh my gosh, that's all you have this week. So if you're in Auburn, go check out some tennis, man. I mean,
so wait, when's the
I really wrote
baseball
my notes
exhibition?
wrong, and I went back to fact check myself when I was going to say this out loud. I was like,
When would you say the fall exhibition was for baseball?
that is in Biloxi, Mississippi against Louisiana Tech.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to drive to Louisiana instead of Nashville, Tennessee, be my guest, or Mississippi, excuse me. What's the difference? Yeah,
there's a lot of education difference
you're
between.
so not wrong. So not wrong. Have fun and let me know how that goes. We'll give updates on the fall baseball scrimmage on the Tuesday show as we get to check out some of these newcomers that are going to be fitting in new places and see where this new Auburn pitching rotation, what this looks like, and the return of Jogo potentially. So we'll see how that looks. He should be getting some rehab starts in these fall scrimmages, even if it's just mandatory or I guess limited rotation in terms of on a pitch count.
We're also hearing a lot of things about some exit velocity.
Yeah, we are hearing reports of baseballs going to the moon from Plainsman Park. Just rumors.
I mean, you thought that they hated trees last year.
Wait.
Now we're hating planets.
Yeah, we're hating solar systems. So that's super, super fun. If you guys have not already picked up your very own College Loop War Report co-branded t-shirt, make sure you go pick up the Feelin' Loopy t-shirt on thewarreport.com, $25. Use hashtag Feelin' Loopy whenever you purchase your shirt and go tweet at us on the Bird app, and we will make sure we throw it up on the next stream. Thank you guys for your continual support. Make sure you like, subscribe, and ring the bell right here on the College Loop YouTube channel if you're watching here. If you're watching abroad or listening abroad, make sure you give us 5 stars, thumbs up, whatever it is on your streaming platform of choice. And we appreciate you listening. Appreciate you being part of the community and being a looper. We'll have our live stream. I don't know if I'm going to be on Sunday. I have no idea yet. I know Dylan will probably be able to make it. We'll see who else is hanging around. I doubt it just because of the trek I've got to make back. And I'll be honest with you guys, my girlfriend's going to be in Nashville, so I'm going to try to milk and spend as much time as I possibly can with her because we don't see each other very often, just to be candid. That's why I cut my hair. I cut my hair only for my girlfriend, not for any of you bozos. I cut my hair because my girlfriend wanted me to. She's the only person in this world that can tell me what to do. She does wear the pants. I'm Harrison Tarr. I have my Harrison Tarr on the Bird app. If you guys want to come hang out with me, send me your hot takes, to give me your score predictions, and tell me where the best barbecue is in your hometown, in your home state, in your home country. Tell me where your best barbecue location is because I freaking love barbecue. Dylan, tell me where they can find us, love us, and support us, and yourself as well. And let's get out of here.
And of course, I'm Dylan Larck at You Will It Tank on Twitter/X, wherever you want to call it, because it just redirects you wherever you type in. And of course, you have an Instagram at Dylan Larck at DYLENLARCK. And of course, that's at You Will It Tank on X at YABOI of the Tank. I also have this right here on the College Loop where you should like, comment, and subscribe. Leave your predictions for the Vanderbilt game. Remember, if you have the closest prediction, you can get a nice little shout out on the show. And if all of y'all pick the same thing, I don't know what I'm going to do. So yeah, there's a lot of 30s to teens that I've been seeing around the place. A lot of your scores too. I've seen a lot of 34-17s. I don't think there's a more predicted score than 34-17 in the world.
I don't know.
That seems like a coin flip to where everybody goes to immediately. Like, oh, I think we should beat this team. 34-17.
Sure.
That's what everyone goes to. But of course, thank you to all 663 of you as I am looking at it right now. And I see most of y'all reside in Birmingham. I'm looking at the analytics as we speak. A lot of you reside in the great country of America. So thank you to all of you loopers out there. And remember, if we don't get to 700 soon, Colin will not be able to eat this week, this month, this year, until y'all get to 700. So keep Colin in your prayers.
And if you don't get him to 700, I'm also going to lock him out of his Tiger scheduler so he can't finish college.
Now we're going to have a guy who's not going to finish college, and he's going to be hungry while he does it.
He's just going to sleep and drink water and go on the college loop, and that's all.
We're going to fill up the floor to about 2 inches of water so his socks are never dry. See what you're doing to him.
We're gonna take all of his red clothes and wash them with his white clothes. He's not gonna have a single pair of white socks.
We're gonna put his Tim Tebow jersey up for sale.
And then I'm gonna hang him by his toes in the Eagle Eye office. Anyways, continue.
Yeah, of course. You have us on the College Loop, literally everywhere: TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter/X. And of course, don't forget, if he gets to 1,000 subs, Colin gets to run the MySpace page. Gets to 1,500, Daniel has to run the LinkedIn.
We got to go. Thank you guys for listening.
And of course, if we get to 2,000, Tarr has to run the kick. The WhatsApp. There we go. The WhatsApp.
I do be having a WhatsApp.
2,500, we'll do a gaming stream on Twitch run by me because I'll
do that for free.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. We do that right now. I just said
NCAA league.
But now that we've gone completely off our rockers,
anything that resembles the rails.
Yeah, anything that resembles a rail, we've gone off of it. But yeah, go check us out literally everywhere. It's literally everywhere. Look up at the College Loop, and you'll find us. We got a link tree that'll take you to the shirt as well. Added that to the link tree. So
it's always crazy to me how they got a link on a tree.
Good Lord. With all of that being said, I am sorry for the last 2 minutes of this show. And this has been the College Loop Podcast.